Oh, welcome back to another day on the 24-hour, I know I'd do it, 24-day challenge using newbie farms and mainly the Massey pack. Alright, this is going to be days 12 and 13. We start off, we just pick the eggs up as we normally do. Mornings and evenings, get the eggs out the way. And we thought we'd just clean the our nice new cultivator, give that a wash. As we're finished with it now, and at the moment Jack should be out there seeding grass on 6. I'm about to go and have a look at the animals before we start. That's just my normal. As you see, I want some hay and some grass in there. I'll pick up the little Massey, the little 6. Well, you can see a 600, and this is the 2-wheel drive version, not the 4-wheel drive. I thought we'd make it as basic as possible. I come around. I'm just going to put the forks on now because I decided I'm going to need the forks today. Well, I'm going to need the forks to put a bale of hay in here and just clean up quickly. No, I did say that I checked for exactly who's doing this challenge, who's making videos of it, not the total number who's doing it. There's a lot more people than who's doing it who's not videoing. So we will run for a few of those as we get on with some of these tasks. These are fairly basic tasks we're doing at the moment. Right, and I'm just looking at people doing it. Well, Duck Zorley, he's doing it. Farmer Klein's doing it. Grizzly Bear's doing it. See if I can remember who's doing on what. Well, Grizzly Bear's certainly doing on Snetton Farms. I'm going to have to pick each one up and just read them out as I find them. I think Doughboy was doing it too. I'm not 100% certain. Just excuse me because I'm just reading through my list of people. And whilst I'm looking through this, I just had to buy a new chair. Oh, and finally cried enough. Oh, well, Duck Zorley's doing it on Sherwood Park Farm, which is by Stevie. It's the British map. Stevie's the only British map. Most of these others are American. Farmer Klein's also doing it on a British map. Churn Farm by CC101, if I remember correctly. Nice map. I played it on 15. I haven't really played it on 17 yet. Oh yes, here we are. Doughboy's doing it on Oregon Springs. I don't know who does that. I don't know that map at all, I'm afraid, so I can't help you there. I'm not certain how far everybody is, and I'm not going to go through and have a look. That might just mess my work up here. Grizzly Bear, I told him what he was doing on, and what Duck Zorley. I think there's one or two others who. There's certainly others who may not be videoing. I may not have everybody down on my subscribe list who's doing it. If I missed anybody out who's making videos on it, let me know please, and I will add them in. I'm going to try and remember to put all the links into the different ones when we get on with this. We're all at different stages. I'm near the back of the grid because I'm only doing one a week. I might be doing 2 days most of them, but I might still only one a week. This has been heavily cut and edited again. No crashes have been missed out. I don't think I crashed much in this one. I took a 64-point turn to get round here. I don't know what possessed me not to reverse out of this area before I turned around. But there, as my old chap used to say when he was alive, you can't put it where it isn't. As I was saying, there's 2 or 3 who's doing this on blogs only. I say blogs only, they make excellent blogs. Right, we got rid of the wheel on the stick. That's still my favourite way of cleaning these up, because it doesn't matter with that if the trigger's a little bit proud, because it doesn't catch up on them, unlike the buckets do. Just get me bale forks on, check them on 0, but great. Well, check my fork is level. Bring it down so I can grab it. I'm only going to grab it with one spike because I can't really get to it from that angle. Should have come in on the side, but again, you can't put it where it isn't. Alright. So there's we're not as busy as the last one, so which is why I can put this on to 2 days in one. I will have to clear some muck out and some slurry out at some point, but I'm going to have to buy a slurry tanker to do that. I'll probably have to get myself a splash slurry spreader, splash plate. Don't think we're going to go for the really expensive stuff on there, so the cheapest, smallest splash plate we can find. And I also decided it's time I got rid of these little narrow tyres. And I remembered I had the toolbox. Now, there's 2 toolboxes doing the rounds. Don't, if you're using seasons, use the one on Mod Hub. It doesn't work too well with seasons. It doesn't like the maintenance. It messes the maintenance up on seasons a bit. But this is the one by Farmer Andy on, I think it's LS Modding, and I believe we have it on PCSG. I will just check. I should have PCSG up here somewhere, just to make certain. It's about having 2 screens now. I can finally get round and look at things. Now I picked me a case up and bring it over to the tractor. This is a lovely piece of kit, this. We have the field service trail. I'm having a look, see if we got that on there. No, it doesn't look like we have. I thought we had that, but apparently we haven't. I must have picked that up. Oh yes, we have. We have Farmer Andy's toolbox. We have that on PCSG. It's in there. It's an excellent piece of kit. As you can see, you can do everything with it. I like this. And the said one on Mod Hub isn't as good. Oh, I chuck this away. I don't actually put this down very neatly. But Farmer Andy is better known as the mod father. He makes some excellent mods. That's just all the LS Mod Company. No, because they've gone in with the GTX modding. The 2 teams are helping each other out, and which means we get some excellent stuff. Those pickups are GTX modding models and work on them, and sort of titillated up by LS Modding. It's excellent. And yes, pink is the right colour for all those who keep saying it isn't. I have had some funny remarks on that, and I'm sticking with my pink. I like it. So there, so. That told you, didn't it? Now we decided to go down and see how Jack's doing and see what he's wearing today. Always worth a laugh. And today, oh look at that, he's coming full drag today. At least he hasn't got his high heels on. We have to be thankful for that, I guess. And after looking at him and just check these okay, I decided I'd come back again. I'm missing all the travelling between the 2. It's not terribly exciting. And I don't think you really want to see me rushing around between the 2, apart from the fact this is about an hour-and-a-half video, which I'll cut down to about 40 minutes. I've been quite brutal with it. I didn't quite get back in time, and I decided to leave that in. Get back full distance. I decided to leave that in just so you'd have a laugh at my excellent reversing skills yet again. And we just want to top this up. Fill it up, because we've got no seed at the moment, and we're going to do soybeans. I can do soy. Wouldn't actually normally do soy, but this could be anywhere. This map, I think it's. I'm going to guess it's actually British. Cavalier Roy is British, but mind you, still Stevie. It doesn't stop him from making Stevie from making mainly American maps, and he makes very good American maps. May I add. Again, another little advert. We have all Stevie's mods and maps that he wishes to be released are all available on PCSG, the only official place to get them now. And Stevie is a member of PCSG, and he pops in every now and again. So if you have a problem with one of these, this is another place to get help from, either or on his own Facebook page. I've been having a little bit of a laugh and go at Duxori. No, I must not let any of my animals die, because I will never hear the last of them from Ducky. Myself and Farmer Klein can give him a little bit of stick for letting the animals die on the first day. It's easy enough done, because you haven't got a lot of time when you're setting up right from the start. I set up most of this some of this off screen, and so I didn't have that problem. And I started with 50 cattle. Now this map by Cavalier Roy, if you want a difficult map, but not too difficult, but just interesting difficulty, play this on hard and play it with the standard equipment that Cavalier Roy gives you. You've got all you need. You've actually got seed, fertilizer, and I suddenly thought, oh there, is it in the planting season for soy? And just had to have a quick look, and it is. I would have been in trouble if it wasn't. I'd had to grub that up and put something else in, but luckily it was. Yeah, so I was talking about Cavalier Roy and Newbie Farm. Newbie Farm is difficult with the standard equipment. I don't think it's quite as difficult as 15th version. 15th version was horrendously difficult. I played it. I managed to survive for a year, but it really was survival. Whereas this is a little bit easier, and I made it easier for myself by putting the manure cell point in, so you can actually buy cheap muck and have the manure mod in, which gives us 2 levels of fertilisation. One when you spread the muck, and 2 and the second one when you work it into the soil. So all I've got to do on these is give them 1 spray as soon as, or 1 covering of artificial fertiliser as soon as they're planted, and Bob's your uncle and Nellie's your aunt. I'm just putting a good headland in round here. You won't see too much of this. I think I soon do another cut up. So let's see. I think you got it. Just trying to read. You got about 4 minutes of this. So I'm just putting a headland in. And the beeping you can hear is actually proceed. If you want a mod, it was mainly, most people use it to put tram lines in. I don't want tram lines in. I can't afford to miss anything. But what I mainly use it for is for seeders which fertilise and seed. I can use that to switch the fertilising off. There is mods to do that, but I think the one I've seen only works with standard in-game seeders. This one works with anything. It just switches the fertiliser off and away you go. I'm using it a lot. And if I should want to put tram lines in, it's easy to do. It's a nice little mod. But it bleeps at you which is handy when the seed is running but out of the ground. So that tells you, but if you may notice at times there, I don't know if I left those in, I clean forgot that anyway. I still went off and had to come back when I realised I'd actually switched the seeder off. Yeah, it's a beep, beep, beep. It also bleeps a different note when the seed is almost empty, which is also quite handy to have. It's another lovely mod. I really recommend it. There's a lot of mods I recommend. I use a lot. And so I start to use courseplay now on this map because I find it easier, especially with the new auto-generate course part of courseplay now. That I find is working very well indeed. Hats off to the guys that do make courseplay. That you need to get from GitHub. There's plenty of links to it. You just Google course play, and it will come up with their links. It's always in development. It's a bit like Seasons. I know that the Seasons guys, Realismus, they are working on the next patch, which would take it to 1.2, and also working on a version 2 of Seasons. And some of the stuff in there is going to blow your socks. If you think version 1 is good, version 2 is going to be even better. If they can get half what they're aiming to do to work. And they are pushing the engine, the Giant's engine, as far as that can be pushed. I don't think anybody's pushed as hard. Realistic mod, or more realistic mod, has moved it quite a bit. And here I jump over to the 300 or 2 or 300C to refill him. The jack has run out. He's going to have to refill twice for the grass. And I think once for the soy. I have actually checked it out. It's another thing about course play. It gives you a good estimation of how much seed you're going to need. I just hope I remember to turn the engine sounds down enough so you can actually hear my lovely tone. I did have a problem. I had a crash as I turned it, so I had to do a lot of it again off screen, and I think that's what's starting of the day 13. So there might be some things which don't quite add up. For that I apologise muchly, but couldn't be helped. I wasn't going to start recording all of day 12 again. We will have to get a bigger seeder, much rather massy seeder, so I think it's about 4 metre. But the Hassias for this time are good enough. And the Hassia is the only planter I got, and that's not really a planter. I converted it over to take the row crop stuff and just change the shade of the green fairy slightly so it's easy to pick out. Before you're not colourblind, of course. And we're already deep into the afternoon. We're kind of at 4 o'clock, and as you can see, we've still got a lot to do here. Now, I've been watching the other guys doing the 24-day challenge. I got it right that time, and most of those are using big, well, heavily used big equipment because they're using farms with big fields, but they're getting a field done in a day, or even sometimes 2 done in a day. I am taking 2 days to do 1 field now. And we cut again, and it's night, and I'm just bringing my Massey back because it's just about out of seed and it's too dark to work. I'm using the Darker Nights mod. As you can see, you can hardly see, and the lights on the Masseys are hopeless. I haven't switched jack off yet, but I will be switching them off before I pack up for the night. It may not show on here, but this is, so we come to the end of day 13. I have to just park this up and I go and do a few eggs. I think I do that off screen. I did try some lights in the yard, but I don't know if the Darker Nights messed with them a bit, but they didn't want to work. As you can see, you can hardly see back to where the seed is. And just my eyes, I don't think it is that dark. And of course there's no work lights on these Masseys. So I decided to fill it up now. And I've just gone back, I think, to the 200C just to switch him off for the night. And the next thing, we should come into the next... Oh no, we don't quite come to the next day yet. We go and do some eggs first. Hand torch works quite well. It's actually a better light than the lights on the tractors. Still haven't moved the cultivator out of the way. hop the fence, go and wake the chickens up, get the eggs off them. There's one thing, I think this is still using standard amount of eggs, which is about 25 before it's full, so you have to do it often. There's no good leaving it, and I have got a lot of eggs to sell, about 400 odd eggs I think at the moment. And there we are, welcome to day 13. 7 o'clock in the morning, late start. Well, isn't that late? I already cleaned up round the animals, but they need some ration now, so hook up to the Keenan. Yes, it's not realistic, as I said before, but there's not a lot of choice. In fact, on my 12-day challenge one, I'm using the Realismus Modding one, and I've walked straight back into the forage wagon. And we've got this fixed up, and you will see a big heap of stuff at the end here as we come around the corner. Oh, you have a quick look to see which side, because I could never remember which side this thing discharged from. Yeah, straight ahead off there, there's a lot of waste from the cows which can't go into the feeding trough because they are full. Hay and grass are full, because I've got the mod on which puts hay and grass in the same category for cattle. So we just fill it up again with mixed ration. I'm trying to keep these up to 100% because that's the only thing we've got what's bringing money in, and at the moment we're using course play, which is costing us money, and we just have a look, see how well we're doing there, and see what else we need. And we need some water, but this is done. I leave actually me backing this in. I do it in one go, not very good, but I get back in one. Out of the cab, I'm afraid, but you can't have everything. But I think this mixed feed fits in quite nicely with it. It's tatty, it looks old, it's dirty, it's well used. There we are, look at that, got it back in one. Who said I can't back up? Unhook it and get back in the tractor. I just pull it out. I think I hook up the the back up first, and then I've got to go and get the pickup. You know, they go a bit far past there. And what happens is drive control, the brakes don't work when you flick from forward to reverse or vice versa. They don't work, and you have to. They work when you're going the right way, when you keep on one direction, but when you swap directions they don't like working. Right, we've got that. I think we just pull this out. And look at that pickup. Don't that look a picture? I think everybody should have this colour. Yabu sucks to those who keep making comments about the colour of this. I think it's brilliant. It's a trademark of GTX mods that they add pink into the colours of the palette. I haven't seen many other people do that for the colour palette, which is a great pity. I would like to have the whole thing pink, but not the tank, because I want the tank to show its water. It's my normal colour coding system. Blue for water, brown for slurry, green for fertilizer, white for milk. It makes things easier for me, for my poor old brain to work out quickly which is which. And once I have noticed about this tank, it sprays the water out, so I decided instead of coming alongside, I'll back onto it. I can get the spray to look right, and I decided that no one will get back in cab. We get it back there. Now if you look there, you see the water is actually going into the trough now. Just there's little things like that which makes it look better. And we just check on how we're doing with the water. I'm not going to bother with any other animals. I'm only going to have cattle on here. I'm not going to get enough hay to have sheep. I flick past, I've made my way down there. I brought this down. and decided to miss all that out. I need to miss quite a bit out, as I say, to get it down to about 40 minutes. If you want to see all that, I will make them longer, but I'm not looking forward to the rendering time. Mind I say, I'm not looking forward to the rendering time. This is quicker with the rendering engine I'm using now than it was what I was using in Movie Maker. I used to put that on in the mornings and have it ready middle of the afternoon. And you just hope there wasn't a power cut or the computer didn't crash. There's one thing I have had just lately. I had a few computer crash. I changed to I updated my sound drives because it looked like a sound problem, because the sound would go first, then the game would crash. And that started again. Then I realised that when I set it up, I put it on high definition audio instead of the AC 900, I think it is. And since I changed it back, I haven't had a crash. Touch wood, said he, touching his head. And we're getting well through this now. Coming up to 12 o'clock, we've still got a fair amount to do, and I soon do another cut there. No, I go on for a little bit here. You have to put up with me for a little bit longer on here. But I'm already getting up in the R's on these tractors. Hey, I've got to have some. That's one of the other things I like doing when I'm playing. I like only having a minimum amount of tractors. I don't like having 20 or 30 tractors on the farm. If I can get away with 2 or 3, that's what I have. I'm trying to think now with any current series how many got more than 3, and I think the only one what has is Blickling, and that's because it's split. I've got an old Massey up at my greenhouses. I've got the fence down on the sheep farm, and I've got the two JCBs up on the main farm, and that's my tractor allocation. The fence has got the narrow tyres on, so when if I want to go on the field like with the weeder, I have to bring that down. That's one thing I might try on this. I might not actually put fertiliser on if I go on for another year. As soon as I seed it, I may actually wait until the first growth series and bring the seeder in, which case I have to put the narrow tyres back on this thing. And I think I've still got the wides on, but as I say, I had a crash and I ran it through, and I can't remember if I changed the tyres over or not. I was in a little bit of panic, and that and this seat came whilst I was doing it. I had to build that up. It's real comfort now. My word, it's heavy. I had to take it upstairs in bits to build it. There's no way I was going to lift the whole thing up the stairs. Not at my time of life. I'm too young to risk having a hernia. Just trying to get me an armrest the right height. Yeah, that's better. Now we're going beep, beep, beep again. I think you will hear the actual run out one when we get near the end of this. And it's all, say, done by Proceed. So many very, very good mods about. There's funny things, models might disappear with each new farming sim, which happens, but new ones seem to spring up into place, and I think the level of expertise in modding is actually improving, certainly for farms now. We've got the old faithfuls, Bullet Bill, Oxen David in there, Frontier Games, little mod group making very good maps now. I would play them, but one of the things I like to do is play maps that not too many other people are playing. It just lets me stand out a bit, and also gives the other brilliant map makers a chance to get into the limelight a bit, even though it's only a small channel. And you can see now we're just on the last couple of passes on this field, and we're getting fairly low now with soys in the tank. and I think that Jack is getting down. Well, I have filled him up again, but I haven't shown that because it's the same thing. You rush it back to the yard, fill it up. Because I couldn't bring the pallets down there because I've got the forklift on here, the front loader. I thought I'd better do both. I did think about doing them. Well, no, but 4 days seed didn't appeal. In fact, I think what we're doing in the next one, we will be going for a drive around to try and sell the eggs and have a look at the other meadow. I might take a cutter down to the other meadow. I think we'll want hay bales there, so I'm going to have to take both tractors down. That should be fun. So I probably won't be selling the eggs. I know where they are, but they're slightly different direction to where the other grass field is. But you can see the field alongside us there, which would be 8, is looking good. And we're now deep in the afternoon, 4 o'clock, and we've still got our fertilisers. And you see 15 units of seed left, so we really are running short. And we're getting nicely into this video. We can't see how far we got at the moment. We're 25 minutes and 15 minutes to go. We didn't actually get the... I'm almost empty this time. I did last time I've done it, because I've done this twice. I go back, I'm jump cut again. If that's the actual term. Oh, some people might wonder why I don't do the speedy up thing. One thing, I like talking too much, and I can't talk when I'm doing that. Well, I could do a voiceover as I'm doing here, but I kind of like just chatting away to you good folks. You may not like hearing me, but hard luck, it's my channel. And I'd like to thank you all for being part of it. It's wonderful. When I started this a couple of years ago now, I didn't think I was going to get anybody watch. I thought I'd get 4 or 5. And I'm highly delighted how many we got. Now we're just going to fertilise this out, and Jack's finished, but I leave him just sitting there while I just fertilise this out. I know I've got to go back to fill up again before I do this field 6. But this will give us 4 fields with cash crops and 1 with grass, and grass is important, and 2 of the cash crop fields will give us straw, because I will be dropping straw off and I will be baling it all for my sins. More bales, and I haven't got any of the cheaty stuff. No auto load trailers. The only auto load I got is on the pickup, and only take 2 bales if you use the auto load. Now I decided I better do a headland there because that was getting silly, and I can never judge the width of these things. And I'd gone round. I'd done that one, finished off. So I'd get this coming out of the field, and I'd go back and get the 200C. And then you might have noticed that Jack actually there was in his male clothes. Now I'm going to take them both back together. Again, I'm going to jump cut on this, I think, once I get them out of the way. I can't remember now. I'm going to lead with the tractor. Hard to say. You try saying that after you had a skin pull. 10 times very quickly. I'm not going to attempt it. I couldn't say it 10 times very quickly. Stone cold sober. And this is where I was wondering whether I had followed me on, and luckily I have. It's another one of those must-have. It's one of Decker's mods. Excellent mod. Another excellent modder. Been a bit quiet lately. And we've gotten back here. I didn't bother to show that lot come back because again I wanted to make certain I could get all this in reasonable time. Now fill up again with Vert, and I think I do another jump cut here fairly soon once we got out of this shed. I put the cover back on, I hope. I leave the 200 out there for now because it's not in anybody's way there. And the stuff is beginning to look dirty now, and I do another jump cut back to the field, do the headlands, and I think I'm going to show most of this. See, with Courseplay misses a little bit of seeing at the edges, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was on 15 for leaving massive amounts there. What they've done is they put a lot more waypoints in on corners now on Courseplay, so it follows a lot better, and they also slow it down. They slow the tractor down a lot more on the corners, so it doesn't miss them like it used to. You still get some miss, but nowhere near as much as you used to. And we now get nicely through this. He'll be happy to know. Now I'm very happy with the way this challenge has gone. I don't bother to switch off. I should do. I should be saving fertiliser. It costing me money. But I don't think I'm going to need any more this year, except possibly on the grass. But we should be having slurry by then, if we can afford a slurry spreader. It always reminds me of that song, the slurry was a fringe on tops. Sorry about that bad joke. Anybody who knows the old show numbers, I'm not going to sing it. Yeah, nobody deserves to be crucified quite like that, like my singing voice. And we're getting down nicely now. I always miss my end bit, so I'm going to do my end bit slightly early. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber and wish to see more of this, and also make certain you watch everybody else who's doing the 24-day challenge. Got it right again. Please do so. If you've got any comments, questions, queries, or you just want to have a laugh at the colour of my pickup, feel free to post. I am perfectly happy with my pickup. I think it's brilliant colour. I think that would be nice if you could do two colours on there. Lime green would go nicely with it, I think. And I can just hear everybody being very sick now. Now we're finished here. This is where I decided I want to get my chair put back to get my new chair, so I decided to have an early night on the farm. Look at that. It isn't 8 o'clock yet. Oh, I left all the lights on. That won't start in the morning. I decided I better put this away. And I left the lights on there, but we do keep the maintenance up well. But I know I have said I'll probably get the massy seed of it ready. These hassias on these size fields. Yes, it's a long job. It's 2 days, best part of 2 days to do those fields. But we wouldn't have been doing anything else. I think as Farmer Klein is saying on one of his, that the secret of this is to make the work last out the time you got. Which is what I've been trying to do. And for that, it's me saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.